This is the Pan-African Bliss Show every Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The Pan-African Bliss Show. Let's go. This is the Pan-African Bliss Show every Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The Pan-African Bliss Show.
Yes, massive Wagwan. And around this here, Jamaican brother there. Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson and love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, massive.
Mbona nyinyi na wawasha kikula nyama choma tu firifiri na taska. Bro amejituma ako kazini anaisaka, bata anajua bibi yake anafanya nini Naivasha. Akisikiana kuna konje, nashinda kunje chengani so nazidunga zote. Nataka mwage ndani mina mwaka kwa matoke. Futoka kila mitu kitaka ganji itoke.
Normalisha metema muli kwa telekengo.
Na me, you're my friend, we got rich in the end. Tulimtupa kwa boots, tulimtrace na magan. Kawamini tuko luzu, liza is falling am. Sini mabakla for sure na hisi siri. Bala klapo kwezinjwa kwa CCTV. Bro nikimwambia haski na yesi kizivi. Kasi vizu tanipata nipesare sikibizi.
Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up,
Kuna bahali nafaa kwenda ndani zaidi street fulani ukisaka wapati jeke mabamsa hawatutaki
Unetambui sikutambui.
Yo, drip design tumekuwa maplamba. Tuna beef josta nikamtezana. Labda beef talk ama kofika ya nana. Pigia skilo tuchukue maskanka za das. Mimi kwa shit si ati najigas. Kuna kumejipitia epic na kiwapa. Mili yangu ya kwanza nilishikanga nikirap. Go wax chinda bees when I meet you. Soshi moja ya pili ya Tottenham na kufu. Go holy masoja matrup na makrok.
unanga
Ulidaya tuna kitu na una makali na graph yetu na improve. Speed fulani Kawasaki nikikam through kama lightning. Tukijam niku strike tu kudigida warazi ndo kitu si udu.
kuna bahali nafaa kwenda ndani zaidi street fulani ukisaka wapati jeke mabamsa hawatutaki unetambui sikutambui.
Yes, Wagwan family, karibuni sana to yet another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss right here on the Black or Fire Network Media for the 21st century. My name is Joby, and of course, I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend. And karibuni, I hope you are looking forward to also having a beautiful, beautiful week full of positivity and nothing but just blessings, and full of nothing but just blessings, nothing else. Karibuni, 9 minutes past 1 p.m. right in the 254. Let me know what's the time on your end, and of course, where are you streaming with us live from? Shout out to everyone on Facebook. Shout out to those who are listening and streaming live with me from YouTube. Shout out to all our subscribers. Thank you to also those who are listening to me via the radio station. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and of course, I hope your weekend was also amazing. Mine was superb. I can't complain. A chilled one, lots of movies, lots of cookings. I tried actually making some KFC personally, so I don't think I'll actually be eating KFC from outside anymore. Like I tried some crispy chicken and it gave me like the KFC taste, and I'm like, wow, I'm proud of me. I can do literally amazing things, you know. I can literally do so many amazing things. But yes, I was just literally indoors most of the times. I didn't even step outside, like even the whole of yesterday. I was just indoors. Didn't go out, didn't do nothing in particular. But let me know for you, how was your weekend? I'd love to hear from you. And of course, do get to interact with me. For the first time listeners and viewers, karibuni sana. This is the Black Fire Network radio station, media for the 21st century. It's all about listening, engaging, and transforming. And the most important thing, or our agenda, is to unite the African people all around the globe. And of course, we began with an amazing banger over there, the current literally number one anthem in the 254. That is Kutambui by Wakadinali. Shout out to them. And of course, I had them say that this song was actually released in 2021, I think 2020, 2021, something like that, or 2022, but it came to hit literally right now. And it's always amazing, like how you see the waves of music, how they move. Like someone releases a song like 5 years, it was literally released, let's say 5 years back, but it's come to hits like, let's say 5 years later, you know. Like it's just super always amazing to see the transition when it comes to this amazing industry. But karibuni sana, and of course let me know how are you doing. We shall be getting back to one more amazing banger, still not still by Wakadinali, but this is by Octopizzo, one of the most amazing actually rappers still you also have in the 254. And I hope you guys get to enjoy this. And of course, before we get to go there, I want to give my quote of the day. And my quote of the day today says, handle every situation like a dog. If you can't eat it or play with it, just pee on it and walk away. Okay? Just handle every situation like a dog. If you can't eat it or play with it, just pee on it and walk away. Okay? Stop holding on to things that literally do not make any sense into your life. And this is actually, it makes a very big sense to me. Most of the people hold on to things that do not, it doesn't help you. But why are you holding on? Why are you holding on? I'd love to hear me. But of course, in case you have a quote of the day, keep me motivated. And of course, we'll be back as we get to enlight our topic of the day, because we have some few things we want to discuss. Because you see, right now, not only do we have black minds being controlled, you know, and shout out to Keith and the video he shared on Friday. I really learned a lot of things, but this shit is really, really crazy. You know, in Africa, rather, we see now even black Americans, rather African around the world and around the globe, trying to influence their babies. Not only are we seeing now, you know, our leaders, our fake leaders, trying to make this into laws, like we've seen right now in America, some states, we've seen children being groomed into becoming, you know, homosexuals. You know, you can literally go on a surgery without your parents being included. We spoke more about the pedophilia thing and how they're trying to literally name it right now with stricter terms and everything. We shall be getting that deeper into that, because it's so crazy to see that right now parents are also pushing. It's so crazy to hear parents say, I want you to be gay, you know, be nothing else but just gay. That is a black parent. And we are the same people who claim we have a culture in us. I'd love to hear from you. This is Octopizzo with Sijawai, and I hope you guys get to enjoy it. We shall be back after this short musical break. welcome once more to everyone who's just tuning in right now. Karibuni sana. I see you all in the building. Kindly, as you log in, rather as you stream live, as you join me on this amazing episode, kindly remember to click that like button. It is exactly 14 minutes past 1 p.m. right in the 254. And of course, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I can't really complain. My weekend has been also amazing. I'd love to hear from you. How was your weekend? But for those who are just tuning in, I was given a quote of the day. And mine is very simple today. Is handle every situation like a dog. If you can't eat it or play with it, just pee on it and walk away. Stop holding on to things that do not literally add any benefit into your life. I think personally, that's what it literally means. And of course, like I said, we shall be talking about something very, very interesting. We've been talking about, on Friday, we talked about pedophilia and everything that has been going on all over the world, seeing children being groomed into homosexuality and a lot. And we want to be breaking down into that. But before we get started, we have a couple of things we shall be talking about. And this is actually starting with what is going on in Tanzania. Shout out to Samia Suluhu. I can say this lady, she's really doing the most right now. In terms of where she's already given away the country, yes, that has already happened. Tanzania right now, it's in the hands of the white people. They're already making decisions in terms of what's next, what comes out, what goes in. It's now when the puppet has literally given away the country. We had John Magufuli, we've had Julius Nyerere, and I think he has educated Tanzanians way better, more than the way we've been educated. One, these people do not even study English in their in their education, in the system of education. They do not know anything to do with English. They study Swahili, which is one of the common language you've said needs to be introduced in Africa so that we can be able to understand each other. If you look at tribalism, it's really played a very big role in division of African people. But we've seen in Tanzania, it's been different. These people, it's just amazing to see the unity, how you can be able to communicate without having to wonder, what is this person speaking? You need to be translated on, or literally you feel like, you're lost all over the place and everything. But for Tanzania, it has been literally sold out. Like I said, we've had true leaders, and we've seen them trying to give an example. Like I think it tells us, rather according to history, Julius Nyerere tried to talk to Jomo Kenyatta in terms of, not having the borders and just coming together and being one. People can talk one language. But this was like, our guy was like, no, I need the money. I can't be sitting in poverty, and you're expecting me to just, I don't want to be sitting in poverty and everything and all that. And actually, if you look at the history, it's true. Actually, if you look at the history of Julius Nyerere and Magufuli, you can't literally speak of a lot of wealth that we can say they have really acquired. As much as even if there is that maybe it's not spoken of, we can't say like the way we have the Kenyattas with the offshores, the Pandora Papers and everything, all the scandals you want to talk about. It's quite different. So what does this actually show us? Every time we're going to be having a true leader, not only is he going to be wiped out, is also not going to be allowed to be on the top, because one is not allowing his country to be exploited, is not allowing his people to be examined on, and a lot of nonsense that is going on. But Tanzania right now, we're talking about Marburg outbreak, and we have the WHO included in this. And of course, shall be talking in codes. We don't want to get deeper into it. And we see that right now, Tanzania has declared Marburg outbreak. And remember, this actually is not the first time it has happened. I think we had last year, we also had in March, and we are in June. Okay. And that is what is happening. Tanzania says that its outbreak of the Marburg virus is over, apparently, and the presence of the hemorrhagic fever was first confirmed in March, and that was in the northern western of Katagera region. And there were 9 cases and 6 people who died. And the World Health Organization gave the information and its joint action with Tanzania on an emergency response and enabled the authorities to limit the impact of highly infectious diseases. How did they enable the authority to limit the impact of highly infectious diseases? That's one thing I'd really love to know and do a very, very, because I bet if there's any papers that have already been signed, then we know we already have the ugali shot supply in Tanzania hospitals right now. We can say literally they have been already allowed in the country. The fact that we already have these small outbreaks, it already shows that Tanzania has already literally allowed the ugali shots to supply within their country. Shout out to Gambia. Okay, I saw the Gambia, the US, is it the US government or the Gambians themselves? You remember me last week talking about the cases of the children who died because of the Indian syrup that was consumed. We had, I think, numbers in the 254. We had numbers in Nigeria. We had numbers in Gambia, and I can't remember the other country. The other country, it's a certain country. But we've had the Gambian government. I think it has come forward to talk about this. I think the Gambian or the US government. Let me get that very straight, clearly. Okay, and it shows with the response of how they're literally trying to walk away from all the accusations of what they're supposed to be held accountable for. It shows that our leaders have already, there's no way we can really walk away from all this. There's no way we can really walk away from all this. Now it's over in Tanzania, like you can see. The situation is all clear right now. It's crystal clear. But we're going to be here in a couple of months. We have another outbreak. So we need this number of people to be protected so that we can be able to avoid the spreading of this virus. We need to be very aware as African people. What are we getting? What are we taking in our bodies? Why do we have so many cancers right now? I was watching a certain video, and man, it's disgusting right now. With majority of the things we're eating, family, we're eating trash. We're eating a lot of trash outside here, and the media is not showing us this. The media actually is actually the number one people who are literally advertising all this bullshit we're eating and that they are putting our foods. Who knew we had honey being made out of fresh what? Fresh skin. Is it fresh skin or fresh? I don't know how to call it, but it's a skin. Literally, meat. Fresh meat. Let me just call it fresh meat. Rotten meat. Sorry, rotten meat. I'm so sorry, rotten. Let me get it clearly. Bees are being fed rotten meat to produce honey. Rotten meat. Where in the world did we ever hear about this? I mean, where in the world did you ever hear about any of this? Where in the world did you ever hear about any of this? But I don't want to get all confused and all. I want to stick to the Tanzania situation. Like I said, I feel like the country has already been given away. Not even I feel. That is what the agenda was. Once we had Magufuli dying because of, unknown circumstances and a lot of things that happened. Of course, we had been appointed to becoming the leader of the country, and immediately she had to undo a couple of things that we had Magufuli restricting, like, not allowing the media spread lies or tell people lies, not allowing the media to literally try promote chaos, because that is also one of the things that the mainstream media has literally done. We see them promoting chaos every time we have like elections in Africa, or you need to be scared because this is going to happen. So you're trying to raise tension already on people. Why do I need to be scared where I should be walking freely? Why can't I live? Why do I always have to be scared? Why do I always have to be subjected to fear? Again, to my subject, rather to my topic, Black people were subjected to mind, and mind control comes with a lot of things. What I learned on Friday, it's still crazy. It is still super, super crazy. Right now, I'm looking at everything on a very, very different angle. Even movies right now. I think every time, even when I'm looking at a movie right now, I can tell what we're being told right here. And thanks to Black Fire Network, that is an amazing job you've really, really done on my brain. That is Keith. Shout out to you. I see you saying that Karibu Sari, you're saying that yes, Joby, both those presidents of Tanzania died poor because they never stole the people They never stole from the people of the country. Exactly. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you don't, I mean, where do the rest always get their wealth? Because we see them popping with different cars and everything, watches, and them bragging, now I'm wearing a 49 million thousand Kenyan, I don't know, millions of money on my wrists. And we have people starving. Are you crazy? We have people starving and you're bragging. You're so busy worried about your position in politics, who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, and dividing people outside there, make them fight, make them kill each other, like what is happening in Senegal right now. It's just crazy. But to the Tanzania situation, I think what I'd say to my Tanzanian brothers and sisters, I just hope you guys are aware. And I bet actually you are aware. These people actually were educated well enough. You know, I think they have been told who's the enemy. They've been taught what the purpose of the enemy is. Because every time you could mention the ugali shots in Tanzania, these people are looking at you like, what are you talking about? Like, hey, we didn't even get to wear the masks. Like, what are you talking about? You know, you guys were wearing the mask. Actually, if you were seen with the mask right there in Tanzania, you're the one who was the, you know what, the 19. You are the one who was the 19. But the rest of the people walking freely, not even concerned. They were not even scared of the people coming from, like, abroad, including the crackers and everything. They were like living freely because one, we apart from how they've just destroyed and intoxicated our air right now with a lot of bullshit and chemicals, we are blessed with a very beautiful climate, nature, and everything you want to talk about. So we should not be getting sick. Just we have an outbreak. Where is it? Nobody can see it. Who's sick? So be very, very aware. Let me see if I can find this Gambian story before I get to move on to the main agenda, because my main agenda I have a couple of videos I want to share. Let me see if I can find this, the Gambian story. All right, so here we go. We have the Gambian government. Actually, it hired the US lawyers to deal on the cases of that Indian syrup. And I'm like, wow, when do we ever learn as African people? We have the same people attacking us, working together, who do not give a shit about Africa. And they're the same people, and they come here, they're telling you, we need to cooperate. We are working together to help you. Help us how? I mean, when do we learn? When will we realize these people are all the same? Okay, so now it's the Indian which has destroyed you and killed your kids, and now you turn to the Europeans, now to the Americans. Like, they're way better than the other ones, or they can deal with the case way better than you. So why can't you yourself actually have your own? Why can't we have our own Africa criminal court? Why do we need an international? Why can't we build an African criminal court where we can be able to deal with our own issues? We always have to look up unto our enemies who are literally bringing up the problems and find the solution there. My question is simple. When will we Africans learn? Actually, this goes to the puppets and also to those who are affected. You need to see things from a different angle. First, they come with the compensation. How does death replace money? Like, how does money literally replace just life like that? How does that get to happen? We need to see things from a different angle. That is us as African people. We can't keep on being blinded, keep on being wiped out because we want to be ignorant, because we don't want to. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. You don't need the American lawyers. You need your own lawyers. And shout out to the puppets, because they have done a very good job to not educate our people this. They are the first actually people who have set up an example of how they need to be. Outside there, every time we have an issue in Africa when it comes to election and everything, we need the international criminal court giving us solution when it comes to our cases. Like we had with the 2007 situation. How did that go? We saw what happened. They changed everything. Witnesses gone. Evidences gone. Documents gone. All of a sudden, we have this guy. This does not just make sense. African people, this does not make sense. Shit. You know how deep this is? We're dealing with criminals. Like criminals. Criminals, you guys. Criminals. Like it's so brutally clear. Africa is just an exploited place and a controlled place whereby a puppet can do anything to please the Europeans and they can walk away with anything so long as they allow their balls, like I said last week, to be literally squeezed in a way they can't talk. Nobody is willing to stand up like a man and say, like, hey, I'm holding up my responsibilities. I did this, was wrong, and my people deserve better. No. It doesn't make sense. And it's really breaking my heart right now when I'm talking about it. Some things you just don't see them in a different, in also crystal clearly, unless you talk about it or unless you just divert your mind deeper on it. How do you just kill multiple of people and then you become a leader? Like sincerely, honestly. You kill thousands of people and then you are all of a sudden a leader. And not just that. The surprising thing is it would have made sense if it's only one, but both of you. And then it's oh my God. I mean, is it ringing a bell to us as the rest of us? Where do we stand? Shit. This shit is deep. It is deep. It's deep. Okay? When talking about the white supremacy, man, you're not talking about soccer. You're not talking about these silly games we see. You're not talking about just hey, the white supremacy. Wow. These people are just brilliant. That's simple. The simplest name I'll give them. Brilliant. Super brilliant. And yet we have Black people dying in cells because they've been kept there and in dirty places, neglected and not taken care of on purpose. We have Black people dying innocently because of fighting for their rights. And when it comes to taking back their lands, when it comes to literally what we call human rights, as we get into our topic, human rights, it's not considered as a thing, you know? But when it comes to our puppets, wow, this shit is really, really crazy. I just really hope the rest, and I'm not saying, I'm glad people are waking up. Trust me, I'm glad. We need to be a little bit quicker, okay? It's really, really, really deep. It's really deep. It's really crazy. It's really crazy because if there's the type of generation we need, or type of parents we need, let me share this video very quickly. These are, I don't know, this lady where she, which city of, I think she's in the US or something. It's a video I found on Instagram and I saved it. And I said I'm gonna share it today. So this lady, she's holding a baby and she's telling the baby, you are nothing but just LGBTQ. And I think it's a son, okay? She's like telling the baby, I don't want you to be anything but just gay. I don't want you to be anything but just gay, okay? And after I share this, I'll share what Museveni's response was to the US government for them literally being sanctioned about their visas and everything, and being threatened to still consider their choices. Museveni, I'm really, really proud of him for once. Very, very proud, actually, on this video. I really love the way he came out, stood out, and is very confident with what he's saying, and that is what we need. That is what exactly we need. Standing firm and saying no. You can't keep on controlling us. I mean, when will we ever have a say? When will I ever become a man? Okay? The rest of the world sees me like a child. When will I ever become a man? That is what we need to question. So let me share this video. So Museveni said something very clearly, and I believe this is what we pick from this. Homosexuality is a choice. You wanting to become, I don't know, a queer, I don't know what they call themselves, whatever it stands for, all of it. It's all a choice. Okay? It's not how do I call it? It's not this guy is gonna explain it. It's not nature. Thank you. It's not nature. Okay? It's a choice. So look at this. And let me know what are your honest thoughts on this. Listen.
It's a gay baby. Gay baby. Gay, gay, gay.
Even the baby coughed. The baby almost shocked the shit out of himself. The baby vomited immediately. He had that. The mom telling him, I want you to be gay. Be nothing. Don't be anything. Just be gay. Don't be anything else. I want you to be gay.
Be what you want to be.
I think that is the dad also on the background. So these are the type of parents now we have in this generation. And this is something else also why I actually do not acknowledge anyone rushing into settling at a very young age and with just anybody, okay? Where your minds are both fucked up and you don't even know the decision you're literally making. Choices, again, very important. Choices, very important. So this is the generation we have of parents. Look.
But be gay, okay? Thank you. Right? No pressure. No pressure, but pressure. Gay baby.
First, she's mishandling the baby. She's so careless with the kid. Oh my God. She's just so careless with the kid.
Gay baby. It's a gay baby. Gay baby. Gay, gay. Please be gay. Oh. Okay. Be what you want to be, but be gay. Okay? Thank you. Right? No pressure. No pressure, but pressure.
Be what you want to be, but be gay. Okay? Be what you want to be, but be gay. Don't be anything else. Just be gay. That's what's up. You can imagine. Now, that's your baby mama. That's the kind of a lady you want to call maybe your baby mama or your wife. Then we have TikTok, which has also made some people stupid. Apart from those who are waking up, it has made some people very stupid to filming anything and saying anything stupid and putting it to the world. And even posting babies. I don't understand with what's up with people who's exposing their children on cameras, especially at a very young age. That kid literally looks like, I think, 1 month. Is very small. And mishandling the baby. I'm gonna be very nice, okay? No offensive words. You don't deserve the kid. That's very simple, okay? You don't deserve the child. 1, 2. You are not ready for this, okay? You do not have any parenting skills. You know nothing about parenting skills, and apart from that, your mind is fucked up, okay? Your mind is fucked up. Now, for you, if I put you in the same room with these people who are literally acknowledging that children should be literally raped, that is what it is. They should be raped because there is someone who's very old and they're very horny and they want to make use of the baby. Make use of the baby. If I put you in the same room, you're the same people. You're nothing different. You're nothing different because your mind is fucked up. You're literally giving away your child to these people openly. And it's a black baby. That's the funny part. And that's what they're literally happy. That's what they're trying to capture. And our question is always I think we questioned this last week. Why can they tell the Arabs to literally not to put away the laws that they have restricted in their country? And we've seen a couple of people who have died, because of unknown circumstances, because of trying to expose or showcase that they have or they are involved in anything to do with the LGBTQ. Why can't they tell the Arabians to literally get away with their rules or their laws? Why can't tell the Chinese, "Hey, we need to see you sucking each other's butts and everything. We need you to see you using butt plugs and all that"? Why is it Africans? Then you have this type of a moron doing this. What do you make the rest of the black people look? As much as not everyone is stupid as you, because nobody want to look like you, and nobody literally want to claim they are related to you. With that type of behavior, I don't know you. Bye. To a kid, you're nothing different from this system that is trying to tell people it's okay for children or drag queens to come to school when it comes to story times. You ain't nothing different from that. You ain't nothing different from this system that is telling children that we need you to claim you are a girl while dressed like a boy. Or you need to now start acting like a girl while you are a boy. Shout out to Museveni once again. Let me share this video very quickly as we get started, as we continue rather. I loved this speech personally. It was really amazing.
To be this issue of homosexuality is very true because it is an issue of the human race.
True.
So it's not something that you should discuss to be seen, to be what? No. You only talk because you are sure of what you are saying. Otherwise, keep quiet. Don't add to the confusion. There is enough confusion already. Now, when we are discussing the issue of homosexuality, in the last 200 years, in this part of the world, Ankole, Tigezi, Buganda, Bunyoro, Karagwe, Tanzania. So, but it was a smaller number. I have had 5 names in the last 200 years. Because me, I'm from this area here. My clan is one of the oldest in this part of the world. Now, when this issue, at that time, of course, this was a private issue. People were not they were not encouraging it, but also they were not fighting it because it was like hidden, small secret of some few people. The problem with the Europeans is that they bring things which are out of place. So when it came up, 2014, now this time, I started trying to study this issue. What is it? Is homosexuality genetic? Is it in some people, some inherited?
Joa Mosquito, I see you, karibu sana. Let me go through the comments a little bit. I see Kitty saying exactly, Joby, because they say you are childlike people and don't have intelligence to judge anyone. Wow, I bet I do. I bet I do have intelligence to judge. And you're saying that this is a dangerous, and I understand what you're actually saying, but I do believe Africans need to tap into that. We need to actually first gather the confidence back. We need to stop being scared. Okay? We need to stop being subjected to fear, because that is what they have just done. We're scared and we've given them all the priority, all the energy, all the praise, all the history. Everything is all about them. When will it ever be about us as African people? That is what we need to realize. And you're also saying, Keith, that this is a dangerous moron who shouldn't have children. Exactly. And I see Joe Mosquito Karibu Sana once again. Hi to you too. You're saying that what's going on here? Is it be gay or die trying with with this lady? I don't even know, man. Both. He's gonna try die being forced to be both. First being with this lady as a mom, then trying to be gay. Like he's gonna suffocate from both. And you say that, Joby, please put the subtitles so when we can understand what is this moron is saying. Well, I think I'll turn the volume a little bit louder, or maybe try explain it to you as we move on. Sorry about that.
Is it hormonal that somebody gets imbalance of hormones? Because there are some people who get those problems of hormones. The conclusion was no, this is a psychological
What he's
disorientation.
asking, rather what he's talking about, is about homosexuality. Like, how did it just come to first into existence? Like, according to his research, this is what he's saying. And he says his research was, he first questioned, is it genetic? Is it a hormone change? Like, you just have a hormone change and everything? Or is it, excuse me, a psychological issue? And for him, he said it's a psychological issue. That is what he's trying to explain. I see Dwight Davidson Karibu Sana, you're saying that he was scared to send help to Gaddafi. Now he is the target. Exactly. He is the target. But we shall see how far this goes. Because one, with him saying, of course, to the Europeans and what they want him to do in order to still be, of course, they're still controlling Uganda, but I think there's a new puppet who needs to be literally in. There's a new puppet, and I don't see Museveni lasting longer with these restrictions. You see him putting outside here. The world is seeing this,
By some people at some stage. It's not genetic, it's not hormonal, it is psychological disorientation, where somebody, because of some experience, hates the people he should love and love the people he should not love. It's a type of like a sickness. So if that is the case, that suspicion of merely being suspected to be cannot be criminalized. Because he's like a sick person. If somebody is sick, you criminalize him for that. Now, I'm glad when they went back, apparently they cured this. This was cured. The problem is that, yes, you are disoriented. You have got a problem to yourself. Now, don't try to recruit others now. If you try to recruit people into your disorder, then we go for you. We punish you. That's number one. But secondly, if you violently grab some children and you rape them and so on, we kill you.
And that should be the example. But I think these all first bullshit talking, because if you really talk about children, one, we have children disappearing in Africa every single day. I think we had the number mentioned, it was 8 million, if I can remember from that video that Keith was sharing. Every single, is it yearly? Or I can't remember, but every single day we have a number of children getting lost. and even African people, like at this point, let me stick to children in general, okay? Like we saw with that plane from which country was it from? Chad. You know, those children who are found on an airplane. Like where were they going? Where were they being taken? All of them crying, and you tell me you didn't know that these children are here. Nobody could hear them crying and all that. But my question is, if you really speak of punishing rape, first, I think if you want to be serious about not even getting into the homosexuality, you need to be to showcase, to show us you're very serious about protecting children. Children need to be very, there should be a very high security, and to know what really goes in the country, in and out. You need to be aware what goes in your country. Anyone gets to disappear, that's a big alarm. Okay, how do we have the Indian soldiers when they disappear? It's a big alarm to the rest of the world. There's someone who needs to be looked for. But what about Africans? Why can't there be a big alarm when it comes to us? Ain't we humans? Because if I look at this point, the animals shouldn't be looked for. Let the animals die. They belong to the bush or wherever they belong to. The real people who should be dealt with is us. So these puppets need to either tell this other, or we need to educate the other coming generation of the changes we need to really take, because they're very serious. They're very, very serious. You can't talk about fine. I'm glad with what you really, with your defense mechanism and everything when it comes to the LGBTQ. But look at this at also a very bigger angle. The people who are controlling your country are taking children from here every single day. Work on that. That's all I'm saying.
And that one I totally support, and I will support. The three positions. Number one, merely being suspected of being is not an offense in itself. You are a person to be helped if you want helped, because it was said that some of the people can be helped to get back to normal. But secondly, if you want now to disorient others, we go for you, we punish you by imprisonment. If you go beyond that and you start raping children and so on, we kill you. Yes, sir. So there, we are, so, but later on, a woman from the World Bank rang me, and I told her exactly as I'm telling you. I said, I'm going to sign the bill because of the 3 points I've told you. Merely being, no, we cannot criminalize you. Being and trying to recruit, we punish you by imprisonment. Raping, we kill you. So, but then the woman of the World Bank told me some 2 points, which we although I signed the bill, I would like us to look at it also ourselves, because I don't want to be on the side of wrong. In all these fights, I have never stood on the wrong side. Never. That's the line of the NRM. We never have 2 languages. What we tell you in the day is what we shall tell you in the night.
Please. Okay, I won't share the whole of this nonsense and all that. But anyway, I think he gave a point and everything. But my big question is, it's good to come out to say how you're gonna handle the situation. You don't want homosexuality in your country. These are the consequences if spoken, or rather if attempted in your country, and I love that, because we've seen other African countries, they have to bow down their heads, to think about this, like he had to, of course, but apparently he came out clean, still sticking to his cultures and the right of these people and protecting the future of the coming generation and all that. But still, there are other cases you need to talk about. Museveni, and to the rest of the puppets. Who's gonna be handling situation? Because yes, you're criminalizing the LGBTQ people or family, whatever they call them, but who's criminalizing? Who's talking about where we have, like John Mosquito is just talking, we have black women, children, men disappearing every day. Where do they go? Where do they go? Where do they go? Why is it that we have Indians, it's a big alarm, Chinese, it's a big alarm every time we have a Chinese who's dead right here in Africa, or someone has just disappeared, or they have their teeth knocked out? It's a big alarm to the rest of the world, and Kenya or Uganda or Tanzania is going to be on the map because of this. But when it comes to us, just one kid, which is not even one, because we have bunches of them every single day. Every day we have a missing person, a missing child, a missing woman, a missing dad, a missing uncle, auntie, or sister or brother. Where do they go? Why is it not that a big alarm? There are bigger issues we need to discuss as African people. There are a lot of things we need to take care of, and you need to know what is really going on. But I see Joe Mosquito, you're saying that while he's correct on the imbalance hormones, and the Europeans weaponize chemical warfare against us, that can make one think they are homosexual. On the imbalance hormones, okay, wow. Chemical warfare, wow. All right, wow, that is crazy. It gets crazier every single day. You're saying the black women and children are disappearing at the alarming rate, and now as the Europeans are dying out of women out, so women gotta be really careful. Exactly. And just saying, it's not just the organ harvesting, it's melanin harvesting too. Exactly. Actually, let me share, may you mentioning that, let me share this. This is actually, I think this is something Keith has been talking about every single time, every single day, and I bumped into it and I saved it too. Let me share this very quick.
You won't believe what the hospitals are doing. You know that all over the world, black mothers are being exploited in hospitals for the rich and the wealthy. There are rich people who need new hearts and organs and are using technology to generate them by using high quality blood, tissues, and melanin. And what do you think they get in this blood, tissue, and
melanin? Only melanin. Melanin.
Melanin from black women in hospitals after they had babies. When they have you signing these papers in the hospital, you are actually giving them the right to become a trustee and take your placenta, umbilical cord, and cord blood. Then they sell them to companies like Life Bank USA and Celgene. Life Bank USA buys all the blood, the cords, and the placentas. Celgene takes the melanin and blood from those and give them to a chemist to clone it and create new organs. So while women out here struggling to make ends meet on welfare, Section 8, and things of that nature, these Fortune 500 companies are bidding off them and making billions. You won't believe what the hospitals are doing.
You had that? You had that? Then we had this one as we get closer to one. This disgusting shit. Ugh. What we hitting?
What you see in back of me is actually a beehive. And yeah, it's made of flesh. You see, these are vulture bees, and they feed on rotten meat instead of nectar. And their honey is called meat honey. My question to you is, would you try some?
No.
What you see?
No, I wouldn't try some. Thank you. No. I'm even scared because, man, I love honey personally. I am really a lover of honey. I've grown up taking honey, but I've seen like how honey is made and everything. But man, with these things in the supermarket right now, we don't know what we're eating anymore even. We don't know what we're eating. It's crazy. It is crazy. So as we get to wind up, personally, what I'd say with this topic is I was so disgusted with that video of that lady, putting the baby on the screen. Be nothing but just gay. Be anything you want to be, but just be gay. Okay? That already was showing the white people how we've already fallen under their trap. We've already been literally trapped. And not only are we trapped, we're trapping now the coming generation instead of now untrapping the coming generation. That is what we're showing them. And they are enjoying seeing this. Because not only are you being subjected to being queer, to being lesbian, to being gay, to being whatever the other terms and everything, it's still destroying you. We've been talking about the mental health issues, where they come from with most of these people. Right now we're talking about a lot of bullshit. So it's up to you to decide which like, we have the blue pill and the red pill. Which one do you want to take? Do you want to keep on sleeping, or do you want to wake up? Like, the choice is yours, manze. Like, at this point, the choice is just yours. There is just a lot of bullshit going on outside there. A lot of truth is on this internet that we ignore. And it's so crazy that we have people who are always scrolling through their phones and not even knowing some kind of videos they're looking at, or you're gonna skip the most important videos and watch someone shaking their ass and showing you how they gotta, and all that. While we have some information that has literally, right now we have a lot. I understand that those who do not really have the source and everything, but for the rest of us, those who do have smartphones and you can literally have access to internet, even 5 few minutes, 10 minutes, make use of it. Do something, research something. Don't take words for granted. Don't. Damn, it's crazy. This shit is just super insane. But I see, Keith, you're saying that exactly 100%, Joby, black women, melanin, and you hate your skin color. Imagine you're saying that because the African women are the only with a positive birth rate. Exactly. I think we were studying that on Friday and all that. And yeah, we know a lot right now. You know a lot. So for the rest of the African people, seek the truth. That is how simple I'll keep it. Seek the truth. Start seeking the truth, and the truth will find you. Trust me. Just give it a hint. Try it. Just try it. That's the best thing. And the rest of the information is just going to fall into place. You just have to trust yourself. Trust your choices. One, don't make fucked up choices. Like having this type of baby mama was telling you, putting your son on the screen, like, be nothing, be anything you want to be, but just gay. And mishandling the baby, I can't. Okay? I'm not ready to become a mom. I'm ready to have children, okay? No, I'm not ready for that. This type of the mentality, you have to deal with a group of mommies, you're going for a meeting. No. We do not need that. So please, much love. See you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Pan African Bliss Show, and I'll see you guys on the Rhythm Scoop Show. And remember to tune in next on the African Diary. And I hope you guys have enjoyed today's session. You're saying that don't just shake your ass, Joby. I know, right? At least try give information or take information. If you can't give, at least take it in. Try do one thing. At least try do something for yourself and your mental health. Try it and you see how it's gonna work. Like, try seek yourself, try seek who you really are and what's your purpose, and you'll align. Much love. See you guys on the Rhythm Scoop Show.
6 million years to die.
Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent and Julie too. The Pan African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, massive.